Every night, you experience something more bizarre than any horror movie. But when you wake up, 95% of your memories will be forcibly deleted. Humans can calculate the mass of a black hole 1.35 billion light-years away, but can't explain why you dreamed of running wildly at the airport last night. What's more, scientists have discovered that when you dream, your brain will actively paralyze your muscles, locking you in your body. If this mechanism has a bug, you will really stand up and walk in your dream. But this is not the scariest. On Reddit, someone dreamed of the same stranger every night for 10 years, from a child to an adult. He never met this person, and thousands of reports in the dream database show that people you don't know at all would walk into the same place in dreams and experience the exact same events. Scientists divide dreams into 5 levels. Each deeper level, your trust in your brain will collapse once, and the last level makes you unable to tell whether you are awake or still in a dream. Before you actually start dreaming, your brain will play a startup animation for you. This is not a metaphor, it's a real thing. When you close your eyes and are in a daze, you will see rotating spirals, pulsating grids, shrinking tunnels, and spiderweb-like light patterns. In 1926, psychologist Kluver asked a group of people to take hallucinogens and recorded the images they saw. The result was that everyone, regardless of their cultural background, saw almost the same patterns, networks, tunnels, and spirals. What's even more bizarre is that these 4 patterns appeared not only in the subjects: near-death experiences, seizures, migraines. Even if you press your closed eyelids hard, you will see them. It's not what you see, but the underlying code of your brain hardware is flashing. Passing through these geometric patterns, the real dream has just begun. The second layer is where you officially enter the dream, but the dream is not yet formed. No characters or a plot. There is only an empty and familiar scene. It may be an endless beach or a house you can't tell where it is. The proportions are a bit off, or a house you can't name. And the most crucial thing is, there is no one around. This emptiness is not random. It is deliberately left by your brain, just like the blank space in painting. The blank space allows you to project your emotions. At this level, the brain starts to retrieve memories from the amygdala, not the hippocampus. The hippocampus stores facts. The amygdala stores emotions. So what is not recalled is not what you ate yesterday, but what you felt yesterday. Fear, anxiety, desire, and loss are stripped out of specific events and are applied to that empty dream. That's why sometimes you wake up from a dream, you don't remember what you dreamed about, but there is an indescribable emotion left in the body. That emotion is not false. It comes from the deepest archives of the brain. And everything on the second layer is the raw material for the third layer of the plot. The second layer is a blank canvas. The third layer, the brain, picks up a brush and starts painting. But it's not a landscape, but your emotions. The brain will force those chaotic emotions into a story. But this story doesn't follow logic. It follows emotional logic. Let's take the most classic example: airport dream. Hundreds of posts on Reddit discuss the same dream. You are frantically rushing to catch a plane at an airport, but the boarding gate keeps changing. The signs are unclear, and the corridors are getting longer. You ask people, or no one pays attention to you, or the entire airport suddenly emptied. No matter how you run, you will definitely miss the flight. A few months later, you have a similar dream again, but the scene has changed. A hotel, a train station, or a cruise ship. The framework is exactly the same. You can never reach your destination because you are asleep. The language system is turned off, and your brain can't directly tell you that you're anxious, so it shows you in the form of images. It will condense your emotions into one of 5 themes: identity, desire, fear, loss, or conflict. Then it pieces together a script from memory fragments. So the plot in dreams is never reasonable, because rationality is never the purpose. Emotions are. You think you're catching a plane, but you're actually chasing something you can't reach. Among all nightmares, the top 3 themes are almost the same all over the world: falling, being chased, and losing teeth. Whether you live in Brazil or Japan, these dreams keep recurring. This shows that the things below the 3rd level are not your own. They belong to the whole human race. From this level on, dreams are no longer like you create them, but rather fed to you. On the 3rd level, you are the director. On the 4th level, you become an audience. Independent characters appear in your dreams, an independent character that you can't control, with their own expressions and reactions, and even will. One on Reddit dreamed of the same person for 10 years. When he first saw him, the other was a child, and every time he saw him, he grew up a little. He had never met this person in real life. Some people dream of places they've never been. The details are clear, including road signs, building colors, store names. Academic database Dream Bank shows that being chased is the most common nightmare, And all dreams of being chased have one thing in common: that you can't escape. Your legs become heavy, the road becomes a dead end, you fall and can't get up. The person chasing you may represent your recent conflict. It's personal, but being chased and can't escape, this feeling is written in the human genome. It comes from millions of years of evolutionary pressure. The part you can control, what the pursuer looks like, comes from personal experience. The part you can't control, you will be caught up, from the common neural template of humans. Those things in your dreams that you can't change are precisely the oldest things. This layer is also the end of most dream research. Going one level deeper, science basically can't keep up. The 5th level is called lucid dream. You suddenly realize you are dreaming in a dream. It sounds cool. You can fly and pass through walls. But this is only when you are lucky. But if not, it's a nightmare within a nightmare. When a lucid dream occurs, the prefrontal cortex is reactivated, which is responsible for rational judgment and self-awareness. During normal dreaming is turned off, so you don't feel like you're dreaming in a normal dream. But in a lucid dream, it suddenly turns on. You regain consciousness, but still trapped in the dream. 2 extremely terrifying things can happen at this time. The first is that the characters in the dream find out you're awake, and the dreamer tries to tell the characters in the dream that you are not real. In a good case, nothing will happen. In the worst case, the characters will be angry and scream. Someone reports hear them say something you shouldn't know, and then those characters will pounce on you directly. No one knows why this happens. The second one is more terrifying. You can't wake up. It's called a nested dream or false awakening. You think you wake up. You get up, brush your teeth, wash your face. Everything is normal. But when you pass by the mirror, your face is distorted. The mirror color is wrong. You realize that you are still dreaming. Then you really wake up. You breathe a sigh of relief. But when you look in the mirror, your face is crooked again. You wake up again. This time it must be real. But it wasn't. Harvard psychologist Deirdre Barrett studied 2,000 dream samples and found that false awakenings and lucid dreams often occur on the same night. Some people reported this cycle repeated 7 times. Every time they woke up, the dream was closer to reality than the previous one. In the end, you can't tell which one is real. Some people think it's a conflict between consciousness. The brain repeatedly flips between dreams and waking until the signals match. Others think this cycle is not a bug, but a function. The brain uses layers of false awakenings to test you, just like the operating system repeatedly restarts to check which version is real. No matter which explanation is correct, in that cycle, your brain is no longer a tool. It becomes a maze, and you are the only trapped animal inside. These are the 5 levels of dreams. From geometric flashing to emotional void, to being chased nightmares, to the uncontrollable dream characters. Finally, you wake up but can't get out of the loop. Each level tells you that you think you know your brain, but you just live in it. When you close your eyes tonight, remember that you are not resting, you are diving, and you never know which level you will dive to this time.